Now let's look at the first 5 goals you should set as a new content creator. I think first of all, you need to try to decide and set out to publish your first 100 pieces of content. Now what that does for you is that it helps you to identify the messages that are inside of you that wants to get out. It also helps you to identify your voice. It also helps you to get comfortable with the camera. So you are not setting out to hit, maybe 1 million followers at the beginning, or, become a viral creator. Rather, you are just setting out for yourself. You are starting a journey and you want to know, how raw you are. What are the areas for which you need to improve? What are the areas where you need to improve? What are the things you need to work on? And which of your videos do people like? Right? You want to pay attention and closely observe the video with the most likes or with the most engagement so that you can replicate what is working. Right, so you want to aim to publish your first 100 pieces of content. Another thing you want to do is to show up consistently and make content creation a habit. The truth is that if you're going to be a successful creator, you would likely create thousands of content. So creating the first 100 is just helping you to warm up. It's not a big deal, right? Sometimes when people say, create the first 100 or create the first 90 content, they're like, oh my God, that's a lot. But really, that's not a lot, because if you're going to become a successful creator, it has to become a habit, right? And then you want to find your voice and your unique style in the process, right? So I think I already mentioned that. So as you go about creating your first few sets of content, you notice how you talk. Funny enough, you can even identify words that you repeat too often that you need to stop. So I think one of them for me is I say right a lot, or I say so then I have to now consciously reduce the way I say it. So it's important that you actually do that so that you can learn and then pick out some things that you need to stop saying, pick out the ones you need to amplify, look at what people are paying attention to, and then replicate what is working, right? So just replicate what is working, and then you keep growing as a creator. I want to introduce to you what I call the Create Framework. The Create Framework basically helps you to start out, to grow as a creator, to be strategic in what you do, and to ensure that you are growing at a good pace, at a sustainable pace. The Create Framework simply says you should clarify your niche, you should research your audience, you should educate by solving problems, you should add authentic stories and experiences to your work, you should track analytics and repeat what is working, and then you should engage consistently and improve over time. If you pay attention to each one of these points, you will succeed as a creator. Now let's talk a bit about niching. Before now, you were told to pick a topic. Say you want to become a food blogger, you want to teach people how to eat well, how to diet, how to plan their meals, and then you build your page around that. The truth is that no longer works. You may start it out and try for a while, but then over time you also want to infuse other things, like maybe a bit of your lifestyle, a bit of what you do, a bit of places you go to, because you want to carry people along and you do not want to bore them out. Now, it's important to note that it is possible to actually touch on almost every topic in a niche. And then when people watch all the videos and then there's nothing to watch, they swipe to the next page. So to keep your audience for the long run, it's usually advised to build your content around your person, right? So you are building a personal brand, which is what would last for a very long time. It means that you can actually now evolve as a personal brand. You can evolve from creating content around food, around diet, around meal planning, to saying things about exercise, to talking about how you are also evolving as a person and the other things you are trying. What this does is that people take interest in you as a person. They learn from you if they're interested in food. And tomorrow, if they also evolve and want to learn about other things, there's every likelihood that they will also learn it from you. So what I'm trying to say is, think about the long run. Think about how your target audience will evolve. And think about how you can also evolve through the process of creating content, say over the course of 5, 10, 20 years, right? So you want to build a brand that people would always come back to, especially as things are changing, new trends are coming up, people are evolving. When you build around yourself, when you build a personal brand, you can always bring in other topics, you can always talk about things that are happening, and then your audience constantly have something to look forward to, and they are not bored out, or they are not tired of saying, I've watched everything everything you have to say about food. So what else, right? So you need to actually balance it. You need to actually look into creating a personal brand so that people can always find you relevant and they can always learn from your journey.